5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, good morning. It is Wednesday, the 29th of January, almost February. That is unbelievable. Morning here with Matt Logan. I am said person, and I thank you. We've been doing this just a little bit over a month now. I don't know if wildly popular is the right term, but I would definitely say I'm extremely happy with the response that I've had from you, the ideas that I've had from you to what to look into, what to talk about, what's really on real working class Americans, day-to-day life and on their minds. So grateful for that. Truly, I am. And it needs to continue. I think that there's a lot of work ahead of us, especially digging into this financial stuff. Financial has been a very, very delicate thing to look into, I suppose is the right term. It's something that is on every person's mind. It really is. And I've had a lot of messages about different financial things and what's happening, and why haven't eggs come down? Well, I mean, Donald Trump has been president and JD Vance vice president for just over a week, and their promise was to lower grocery prices. And well, obviously that's going to take a little bit of time, but somebody sent me a thing very specifically on the NFL and what kind of bureaucracy the federal government has surrounding the NFL, and some questions, and what is satire, what isn't, in other words, what's real and what are people playing it up. And that's really, quite honestly, the sad thing is that when we can't tell whether something is real or not. But I want to tell you this. It appears that the Biden administration left the Trump administration broke, according to Biden's Treasury Secretary, in fact, Janet Yellen. So as I was digging into this, I wanted to back up and look at these things and just, where's truth in this and what's accurate. And so I found some different things that led me into where the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, who was Biden's Treasury Secretary from the very beginning of his administration, basically a few days or whatever after he took the oath of office. And she said that that her agency, this is reported by the AP on I believe it was the 17th of January, that her agency will start taking extraordinary measures or special accounting maneuvers intended to prevent the nation from hitting the debt ceiling on January 21st, in a letter that was sent to congressional leaders on Friday afternoon, which I believe was the 17th. Now think about that. Trump is going to take office the 21st. And, now everybody's saying, well, it's the Republicans' fault for not signing the bill and the debt ceiling and all these other things. Well, I don't care whose fault that it is. What was very interesting is when you dig into this financial stuff and debt ceiling and all these other things, it's kind of interesting. But she also said that the agency will stop paying into certain accounts, which include civil service retirement, disability fund, and the Postal Service retiree health benefits fund, to make up for the shortfall in money beginning on Tuesday, which I believe she means Tuesday, the 21st of January, a day after Donald Trump takes office. So whether this has happened in previous administrations or not, I don't care. The fact is this is what's happening right now in this very moment. And people are in an uproar. There's everything all over social media that is it's crazy. It's just pure craziness. And we need to look at the whole truth and figure out what's really going on. So let's do this. I have I'm a half a century old, nearly. And I have in no recent memory seen or heard of so many people who were retired coming out of retirement in the past 4 years, so many people that have had to take 2 and 3 jobs in the past 4 years, 4 and 5 years or whatever. I don't, there's just all of these things that are really crazy. People that have had to take their own extraordinary measures, and while the federal government, is just it's wild. So I want to break it into this. So 1,000,000 seconds is 11 days. Okay. Our debt ceiling, our national debt right now is around $36 trillion. So if you have 1,000,000 seconds is 11 days, that translates from there to 1,000,000,000 seconds is 31 point some odd years. Okay. Now you go to 1 trillion seconds, that's 31,700 years at $1 trillion. I'm not going to even do the math on $36 trillion debt limit. We are forced, working class American people are forced to take extraordinary measures to live within our means, and to have control over our debt, not only control over it, but even reduce it the older that we get, right? Why should the federal government be any different? That's our money. That's taxpayer money. So today we're not going to dig into the NFL specifically, but I think that financial things seems to be a very hot topic on people's minds. I've had a lot of messages on it that, people are concerned, and rightfully so. We have to wait and see what happens here, just like we had to wait and see what happened with the Biden administration. I don't like how Trump, spent the money that he spent, especially right at the pandemic time. And whether you say it's his fault or, Congress and the Senate's fault or whoever's fault that you may claim to, he did raise the debt. I mean, of the country. It doesn't really matter the nitty-gritty specifics of it. He did. I mean, his administration did. I believe largely due to the pandemic. So, with that said, I would love to see him reduce the national debt. During his administration, and they're obviously taking aggressive measures, but don't be full of hyperbole about it either. There's a lot of things that need to be cut out in the federal level, and massive wasteful spending, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinions, both sides of the aisle, of the political aisle. There's just a lot of things that need to be cut. So hang in there financially. Just really, we just be diligent, and we can get through this. We can see where this all leads. And so I just want to pick some of these topics up and apart, and even back up a little bit further to where the origins might be. So I hope that was helpful. I truly do. Send me a message. I'd really appreciate that. Just let me know what you think. Hammer the like button, all those kinds of things. And we will see you tomorrow, Thursday, the 30th of January.
So it's done.
It's done.